Welcome everyone to Hades. I'm very excited to play this game. This game is being developed by Supergiant Studios, behind other games like Bastion, Transistor, and Pyre. And this is their newest game. It's going to be coming into a full release pretty soon this year, probably within the next month or so. Right now it's in its blood price update, so it's going to be getting to all that good stuff. Yeah, I wanted to play this game for you all because it is a fantastic game. So we will not be playing my my main save file. We'll be starting with an empty one, just starting fresh for all of you viewing, so we all have the same experience. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Goodbye, Father.
So in Hades, we are playing a young man here named Zagreus. Zagreus is the son of Hades, and yeah, he doesn't like his dad, and he wants to get out of hell, or Tartarus. Pretty much hell.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
And this game is pretty much your essential roguelike, pretty much based around multiple attempts, because you're going to die a lot. As you saw in the in my previous save file, I made 129 escape attempts. That's to say, escaping is not easy, let alone the actual ability of escaping has not been released yet because that is in the final version, or at least the official release. Yeah, the game pretty much goes through levels of hell, from Tartarus to Asphodel to...
It's got to be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
Yeah, so part of the game is you get boons on each run from multiple different deities of the Olympic Pantheon. From Athena to Artemis to Aphrodite, Zeus, Poseidon, Dionysus, Hermes, just to name a few. And each one will be different. There's a good bit of boons per god or goddess, and they can affect your ranged attacks, your dashes, your regular attacks, your special attacks. There's a lot of different ones and a lot of customization per run. Right now I'm going to take the regular attack, because Athena has one of the best abilities, which is Deflect, which helps deflect ranged attacks and projectiles, which comes in real handy with a lot of the bosses. But another part of the game that I really love is that it's a game by Supergiant Games, which means it's a lot of attention to detail, not just in the environments and how things look, but the dialogue, the lore, everything is incredibly fleshed out. Now what I picked up there was Darkness, which can be used back in the main hub to upgrade Zagreus and give him perks that will be more passive throughout each run. These range from increased attack to being able to withstand death at least once, multiple different things. And that also adds another layer of complexity and customization to what a run can be. And the game's mechanics are very simple. You have pretty much your basic attack, you have a special attack, you have a ranged attack, which will be those little crystals here.
Delicious.
And then Palms of Power are also really nice because those help upgrade already existing abilities.
Each exit has its own reward.
And yes, you can customize the route in which you go. Gonna grab one of these keys, because these keys are useful in unlocking weapons and other aspects of the upgrades later on. After a while, the keys kind of become useless, but they do aid in the in-game trading system that they have once you unlock the lounge. I do have to say, granted, after a while, I'm definitely going through the opening stages of this much better than I did the first time. Of course, the first time, I didn't know how to really play the game, and I was really just new to everything. Yeah, even there, you can actually destroy some of the parts of the environment, which will cause environmental damage. And they have traps there that cause those kinds of things. It's a fantastic game through and through. Now here, I'm going to do that for my special. Make my special a little bit longer, stronger, and also deflect.
Can't heal myself, but I can fight.
And here you have where those boons will show up. And you can see the room for the rest of them that you'll gain throughout a run, which you can legitimately fill out this entire thing if you play well enough. So here, I have to go for another key, but I want to show you all the next area, which is the shop.
I think I hear the river.
The shop is run by Charon.
The infernal wares of the Stygian boatman Charon lie sprawled about, available for sale to whomever would be willing to quench the boatman's great thirst for riches.
That would be me. Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and hey, what's that? You got some sort of wares for sale? Then I'll just have a look around.
See, I can't really afford a Palm of Power or another boon from Athena, but I will buy some health, because this is really the only way you can get it, unless you have certain weapons or perks that allow you to regain health in that way. So, moving onward. Now later on there is a way to face Charon as a boss, but that of course isn't really available in the opening stage. Because you have to kind of take from Charon's personal stash of money to unlock that boss battle. And he is a tough one, that's for sure. Another palm, and I'll upgrade my special this time. Now here, this is the symbol for Dionysus. Dionysus, as we know, is the Greek god of festivities and wine. So he's a big party guy. And you also notice that when these guys are tossing their bombs, if I hit it right, it says deflected. That is Athena's perk, which means it is now my bomb, and it hurts them instead. Which is fantastic for these guys, because they like to toss out bombs a lot. And that's why I like deflect the most as a perk, because it turns the most of an enemy's attack back against them.
And that was revelry? People having a good time? Well, sure then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I'll accept this message.
Hey there, Zag man, how's it going? Look, you have got to get here with the rest of us already. We've been saving you a spot. Let me see what I can do. Make life a little sweeter for you in the meantime.
Now, Dionysus's perks are all about what's called thresholds and festive fog. Festive fog is more like damage over time, kind of like DPS. But also he can restore your health if you go below it after an encounter, or make you take less damage while at lower health. Right now I'm going to take his the cast boon, because it's an epic perk, and also that's a lot of good damage.
Leave it to the god of wine to liven things up around here.
And we shall move on. What is nice is that, like many roguelites, kind of like Dead Cells or things of the like, the runs are randomized each time, so you don't get the same rooms every time, don't get the same perks every time, don't get the same enemies or anything like that. Granted, you know what to expect in certain areas, but it's just no two runs are the same, as many of these roguelites like to be. Hopefully one of these guys doesn't hit me too hard, because I would hate to die before I got to the first boss.
The world's power.
Granted, the game kind of is designed to just do that. And there's a perk that I haven't unlocked yet, because tutorial area, that will increase my base health, but gotta wait to earn that one. Let's toss one over there, because these brutes are a pain when you're ill prepared. Now the thing about the cast is that it is kind of like an ammo system. That crystal, until I unlock more, is the only one I've got, so it's the only use of the cast I have until I reclaim it. In further levels, you can get at least 2 more, or ones that recharge. Very customizable to how you want to run. Ooh, at this point I'm going to go for the Centaur Heart, which is going to be helping increase my max health, so long as I don't bite the dust beforehand. And this is where I begin to play it safe. Kind of keeping my distance.
Let's deal some death. Keep it up.
Oh boy. Oh, they are gunning for my death today. And there we go.
Okay.
So I would definitely take an extra 25 hit points, because that takes me out of that really low zone I was in. Now let's go see what Charon has to offer. Don't think I can really purchase anything else besides darkness, but I will take it because that'll be useful in the future.
Beyond the present chamber lies the outermost perimeter of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the Underworld Prince's reckoning.
And I can reckon quite a bit.
So I'll buy some darkness. That'll definitely be helpful. And let me just check something in the controls real quick. Okay, voice volume is up. It sounded a little bit quiet to me. I want to make sure that you all could hear it as much as I could.
Well, this is awkward.
Halt, Zagreus. Not one step further.
Come on, Meg. Haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back, like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way.
A man after my own heart.
So here is the first boss, Megara, First of the Furies. This is definitely not your Meg from Disney movies, that's for sure.
Mercy, fool.
Now, I don't believe I'll be well equipped enough to, beat her on the first try. Granted, you're not really supposed to be able to. Or that's just my lack of ability. But usually you don't beat her on the first try, and she gets to laugh at you.
Damn it.
But here is where the real game really starts. So, after each time you die, you come back to the House of Hades out of a pool of blood.
Don't mind me.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where... Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
Some of us more than others.
So that is Hypnos, one of the gods of the Underworld. And here's dear old dad himself, Hades.
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go, see for yourself.
So yes, we are a rebellious child, just trying to get away from dear old dad.
Good to see you, lad, despite the circumstances. Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
So yes, we have Achilles down here, helping train Zagreus in many ways.
House of Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the Underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
You know I can hear you, old man.
I feel like that's a trademark of Supergiant games, is that there's a narrator that the main character can hear. Which I just think is funny.
Not as comfy as it looks.
You can imagine that's, you know, Zagreus' seat as he's supposed to be, just sitting there watching Hades do paperwork. And of course, can't forget about good old Cerberus.
Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the Underworld prince with mixed emotions, from purest joy to deepest melancholy.
You watch over things for me, won't you, boy? You know I'd take you if I could. There's a good boy.
And if there's one thing you must always do when Cerberus is here, is to pet the dog. You always pet the dog. Especially if it's a three-headed pooch. Come on.
You have come home.
Now, currently in this area, there's usually a lounge, but as we'll learn in future parts, when Zagreus first left, Cerberus was quite distraught and destroyed it, so we have to pay to repair it.
Do not despair, child. Such setbacks are inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. Though, tell me, has the goddess Athena thus been true to her word?
She has, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact and explained to her the situation that I'm in. I know you took a considerable risk in reaching out.
It was the least that I could do. The Olympians shall make powerful allies, but reveal to them no more than they already know, for all our sakes.
I understand.
So that is Nyx, goddess of night. She is one of the ones that wants to help us escape and got us in contact with the Olympian Pantheon first.
Hey, room. I'm back.
Here is Zagreus' room. Looks very much like a Underworld prince's room, as one would imagine. If there is an imagination for that.
The bedchambers of Prince Zagreus lie in a perpetual state of utter disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it?
I mean, it's not terrible. This area could be better. And here. Over here is kind of okay. Just clean up the books.
Night and darkness guide me.
So here is the Mirror of Night. This is where we get all of our passive perks throughout the game. So the first one I believe I should go for is Death Defiance. Death Defiance is incredibly useful because, as it says, each rank restores you 50% of health one time when your life total is depleted. That means I can die at least once and then come back. And this comes up to about 3 times throughout its maximum rank. Next up will be Chthonic Vitality, and then we'll get some Shadow Presence as well. Because that one will heal us 1 heart every time we go to another chamber, which, if you play right, can be a lot. And this is just a little bit of extra damage when striking foes from the back. Greater Reflex. I like this one, but it's one that's not entirely necessary at the moment. So that one can wait.
Ready, I think.
So then we head up.
Okay.
And here we have
window there.
windows. We have weapons. So we have the Stygian Blade. We have, I believe this is, I can't remember the name of the spear exactly. We have the Shield of Chaos. We have, this is Coronacht, the bow.
The Heart Seeker. Let's deal some death. Psst, over here. What the?
And then this might be Varatha, the spear. But I'm going to head back to the blade first. And let's find out who this guy is.
Nice place you got here, boyo. Name's Skelly, how's it going? But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
If you insist.
So Skelly is here pretty much to be a training dummy. You'll see up on the upper left you have certain commands and how to do things. And pretty much he's just here to help us hone our skills and learn how to use weapons before we head out into Tartarus.
Oops.
And you think he's dead. Nope, right back.
Pretty good.
He doesn't go away. He doesn't. Not at all. So on our next run, which will be right through this door, we'll head back into Tartarus and see how far we can get the second time. But before we do that, I want to give you all a nice, beautiful visage to leave on.
I can do this. First get past the wretched shades of Tartarus. Easier said than done. And doubtless I'll be running into Meg. The River of Flame ought to be just beyond. Find a way up to Elysium from there, and after that... Alright, let's give it another shot.
So on our next episode, we'll be heading into our second escape attempt to see if we can get past Tartarus and Megara, potentially to Asphodel, most likely not to Elysium, but you know, perseverance has a way of coming through. So thank you all for watching. My name is Alex, this is Arms Up Gaming, and when we come back, more Hades and more venturing into this wonderful game that is quickly becoming one of my favorites. So thank you all for watching. If you don't mind, drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more future content, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take it easy, everyone.